talk about one of the very interesting schemes, SAMARTH. Now this is smarter automation for universities. Now, there have been two SAMARTH scheme. One SAMARTH scheme is for school education. That is a different SAMARTH scheme. What we are talking about today is the smarter automation engine for universities. So what actually SAMARTH is? SAMARTH is an initiative under National Mission for Education through the ICT, and that is Information and Communication Technology. The idea is to provide open source, open standard system or a kind of automation engine for higher education universities or institutions. Now, what are the key aspects that are included? First is to make the platform secure. The second important aspect is to bring in scalability, to cover all the various functions of university operations from administration to academics to research. The next is a concept of plug and play. Now this talks about work independent of the operating system that is there. So the browser that is needed to access should be faster and should operate on all the kind of application modules that are there. Also, it is very important that the migration of data should be very smooth and must have a kind of simpler process for adaptation that is there. So some of the most important aspect of this SAMARTH scheme is this scheme is an important ERP, that means an enterprise resource planning system, which is one of the most popular business models being used by most of the corporates across the globe. And the idea is to bring in real-time capability within the various organizations that is there, and this would enable a smoother and a seamless communication between the universities. So what is the objective of SAMARTH? So as we already said, a smoother communication, a seamless communication which can be maintained, a consistent database that could be maintained. So a common and a kind of consistent database. The next important aspect that we focus on is security. So data security would be very defined. You would have confidential informations that could be put up onto the system, and the access control to the data in the real time should be taken into account. So let's say the universities which are connecting across the boundaries or across the states would have a kind of seamless interface that would be seen with continuous improvements that could be provided from one platform to another platform using various engineering modules. Now this SAMARTH has various 8 different modules. The first focuses on student services, the next on academics, the establishment which talks about the inventory, the estate management, the next on administration, the affiliations, the endowments, the HR, the recruitment, the leave management systems, the fees, the payroll systems, the bill tracking systems related to accounts and finance, focusing on knowledge management, talking about the knowledge and research, and finally the governance, which focuses on a university web portal, a third-party university ranking system, and the retrieval systems. Under the ERP, which is the enterprise resource planning, you have certain critical success factors that are taken into account. Now these critical success factors, which are known as CSF, are very important to understand why this SAMARTH module is important. So it would help in bringing more transparency into the system, more flexibility, a much more quicker response time could be seen, because you have all the data which is under one system. So any data that has to be retrieved would be very quick and efficient. The quality of the data, the analysis of the data would further be enhanced. There would be a kind of minimum customization or minimum interference that would be required. So the system is very user friendly, we could say, and with various software developments, this has become much more streamlined with the needs of the universities and the institutions. So SAMARTH is definitely a very important breakthrough for the universities to be used, and this provides not only the various facilities for the university, the management of the university as such, but also to the researchers, to the students and the faculty as well. We would be covering many more interesting topics under higher education and the various schemes and the projects being released by the government. So stay tuned for many more interesting topics coming up, very important for your NET examinations paper 1.